What is going on, you dead set legends? First of all, thank you very much, Neil Pickup. You don't have to do that, but that's just because you are an honest human being. So thank you very much for mentioning me on the fix. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ready Bang! I absolutely love doing these arm wrestling live streams. I'm like your radio shock jock. You drive time. I try and go as much as possible. Why? Because I just love the sport of arm wrestling. It is the number one sport in the world. I absolutely love it. I'm your host, the Aussie arm wrestler, Jake Ward. And as always, I am your 2019 Melbourne Cup left arm, 80 to 95 kilo, third place amateur. The most sought after trophy in the arm wrestling world. Now, before we get cracking, everyone in the comments, just give me a ready bang. As you know, I've got a few people to thank. And let's start with my YouTube and Patreon bangers. For as little as 50 cents a week, you help out the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and every single dollar goes back into the channel, which I really, really appreciate. Everyone is just being awesome. And then when I can, I give you all a bit of a behind the scenes of what's going on, any updates of what's going on with any special guests coming on the show or whatever. I try and go from there. And then, of course, link is in the description. I'm not sure if the mega sale is still on, but head over to Ryan Bowen's poundforpoundarmwrestling.com. If you use the link in the description, I may get a little bit of a kickback. But, you know, I will always help Ryan get over there because big things are happening. He's going to have some mega stuff on there. And then, of course, if you head over to Old School Labs, I think they've actually got 30% off at the moment. 30% off. But make sure you use the code word BANG. Get over there and do that. I mean, it is all happening. I mean, just head over to Teesprings. Hey, got some Ready Bang merch there. Got some Ready Bang merch, which is all happening there. I absolutely love it. And today, before I say hello to everyone, I have got 7 opponents that I think are ready for Devon Larratt to be his next opponent. We all know he's probably going to attend East versus West. Whether he has a match or not is another story. But I've got 7. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 superstars. And as you can see, I am pumped. Give this video a like. Hit the like button. And then when you're there, hit the like button. Hit the like button. All righty. Let's see what suspects are in the chat. Let's have a go. Adam, that one guy with a ready bang. Phil Woody, UK knows. What's up, Phil Woody? My manager, Marcus CEO, Phil Woody, my manager. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Says, take me to Funky Town Champs. Also, thank you very much. We ended up after YouTube's cut. I tried to cover some of YouTube's cut, but if you tuned into the Sam Burnett fundraiser, I transferred him $800. $800. The fundraiser. So people from Patreon sent me some extra money. I think I had one t-shirt sale. So Sam got the profits from there. Unfortunately, after YouTube's cut and the tax, I tried to cover a lot of that. So, but we got $800 over to Sam Burnett. So thank you all very much. Ryan Boussier just comes in and says, yo. You know I love to say hi to everyone before we get started. Swisher Sweet is in there and says, we are live, and we are, and Devon's forearm is in there. He says, ready bang. As well as Peter McKenzie is the pram. Says, ready bang. Phil Woody, UK, when's the next call-in show, Jake? Killing it lately. Those call-in shows have been good. They've been real good. I've really enjoyed them. I actually look forward to them. So it'll either be this week or next week. I try and do them at least once a fortnight, once every 3 weeks. I think I've done 2 at the moment. So hopefully I'm just waiting to hear from a couple of people. If a couple of people won't come on the show this week, then I'll probably do the call-in show this week. But we'll see what happens. Who else have we got? Ready Bang, Optimal Rice. Peter Alliston in the chat with a ready bag. He's got the Halloween. He's ready for Halloween. And don't worry, there's going to be an awesome Halloween special on this channel. Cyber Gun just coming in all cool, and he just says, sup. Give us a ready bang, Cyber Gun. Come on now. Ready Bang says Mario Martellino. Oh, where do all my comments go? There we go. Ready Bang, not my monkeys, not my circus. Speaking of shock jocks, does Neil Pickup remind you of Kyle Sanderlands? A little bit. They've got a little bit of their swisher. There, I like that one. Ready Bang says Paul Barrett there, John. Ready Bang. Neil Pickup says, is Uncle John in the house? No, not today. That'll be tomorrow's show. Maximum Bang Monday. Tomorrow's show. Uncle John will be joining me. Coliseum Arm Wrestling in there as everyone's just jumping in the chat and saying hi to each other. Captain Obvious. Sunday Fun Day. Dave Anderson just says Cowabunga. The algorithm. Oh. He's jumped in there. Yeah, it was a really good fundraiser. Just shows how awesome the suspects are. When all the chats were coming in, I was like, damn. But that's why I did it. Who else have we got? Arm Starter is saying, ready, bang. Rombath's ear says, hi, daddy. Jake, not manager. That's the beautiful Jess Ward. I'm your UK agent. No, you're my manager, Phil. Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler is everything else in between. She just keeps me sane. Who else have we got in the chat? Ready Bang says Rob. What else have we got? Darren says I do a pulling show every night. That's awesome, Darren. That is awesome. You have to send me a link to my Instagram or something so I can check it out. How's that baby, Jake? It's never too early to start training back pressure. Yeah, she is a gun. Absolutely love her. I mean, we're 7.5 minutes in. I'm still saying hi to everyone. There we go. Cyber Gun gives us a ready bang. So I'm going 7. Look, some of them are pretty stock standard, but I reckon I've got one in there that you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that one. Oh, come on. Come quickly say hi. Speaking of Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler, she doesn't really want to say hi, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
There's Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler, and of course, Zadie Arm Wrestler. I think that's your last name now, Zadie Arm Wrestler. And she came up with the idea. She goes, Daddy, who's Devon going to pull when he comes back from injury? And I was like, great idea. But she's too busy looking at Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler, getting Zeus ready for a war. Yay. There we go. Darren W. Okay, you're talking something rude about your pulling show. I thought you actually did an arm wrestling show. So, there we go. I was clearly wrong. Block your ears, Zadie. The men in there. Ready bang from Petrello,
thank you.
The superstar.
Have a great show.
Thank you very much. We're into it. 52 Dead Set Legends in the chat. Just got to write it down. We will get into it. What's up, Mrs. and Baby Arm Wrestler? What else have we got in the chat? Righty. So here we go. Once everyone hits the like button. So I am going to kick it off. 7 arm wrestlers that I think would be awesome. And they're all, once again, some you'll like, oh, yeah, it's a really good matchup and things like that. So I'm aiming for around the 110 to 115 kilos. So you won't see your super heavyweights like your Kadechas, your Gasparinis, your Morozovs, your Dave Chafees, and everything like that. You just won't see it. So first person I want is right there. Is Engen. How cool would that be? We've seen them two go back and forth. I love it when Devon and Engen get together. They just love, like, Devon loves winding Engen up. Engen's a competitive beast. So he's like, I'll crush you. Engen showed that video of a really young Devon saying that, I just got some, what's it called? I just got some advice from Engen Terzi, like that really old video. So that was pretty cool. So East versus West in January, because Engen just did the stem cells. So if Engen is feeling good and feeling great, then absolutely Absolutely, I would love that. And then, of course, then we can get Jerry in the background screaming, Angan! Angan! Jerry, the superstar. So we'll get it in there. Jeremiah has just jumped in. Ready, bang. Which is awesome. And there's an official East versus West arm wrestling channel as well. If you can get over there and subscribe to them. There we go. That's awesome. Look at that. Devon versus Engen. Well, here we go. Now we'll do polls on every match. We'll do polls as I go through them. So who wins this one? Devon or Engen? So that's the first matchup. So we've got 7. So I've got the poll there. Who wins? Devon or Engen? Because that one's most likely at East versus West. So we'll go best of 5. We'll go best of 5. But the build up, the hype, the lead up, just watching them two, just watching them two go back and forth. They do love each other. They're good friends. I would genuinely love it. So let me know in the comments. Do you think if that's a good matchup? Do you think them two is a good matchup? Let me know. Let me know, you dead set legends, and we'll see how we go from there. So that that would be around 1. Oh well, can Engen get to 110? Can Devon get to 100? Who knows? Who knows? As everyone's jumping in the chat, can Devon top roll Engen? Well, we don't know. That's why I want to watch it. And I'll tell you, I've just got to show you something, guys, that we need to go and support. Arm Gods. Arm Gods. Go to armgods.com, guys. Whack in your email. Notify me. And you even get a little, maybe, why was it taking so long? Usually says thanks. We go to armgods.com. Head over there. I think because I've put that email in 1,000 times, it won't let me. If I do a different one, let's do that one. Notify me. So go over to armgods.com, you dead set legends, and get over there. Love it. armgods.com. Alrighty. Proving astrology jumps in. Like we were saying before, can Devon top roll Engen? Devon versus Engen at 100 kilos would be Ryan versus Ray. Could Devon get to 100 kilos? Could he get to 100 kilos? I don't know. I don't know if Devon could get to 100 kilos. He's a big lad, and he loves to eat. So, I mean, look, could he get to 100 kilos? If Devon wanted to do it, of course he can do it. What he's been able to put his body through, that's not a problem at all. So, yeah, if Devon can do it, then we'll go from there. All righty. So then the second match, because once again, all sitting around the one spot, and the next person, let me have a look. Who's next on me list? So this person here, a lot of people probably won't want to see this match. I would like to see it because they both won't be at super heavyweight. They both will be lean, mean fighting machines, and that is the monster Michael Todd. I would enjoy watching these two go at it for so many reasons. They're both lean, mean fighting machines. Obviously the way that they come weighed in at the first king of the table. But I like a leaner monster Michael Todd, a lighter monster Michael Todd, because he's more, in my opinion, he's more comfortable at that weight. When he's a super, super, super heavyweight and struggling to breathe a bit and gassed out, because Michael can hang and Michael can bang. And I don't want Michael to just sit in a king's move. I'm liking this new secret press that's coming out of nowhere. The quick, How I see Michael Todd's press is like everyone knows he's going to do the King's move. So I see Michael Todd's press like you're robbing a bank with a mate, and then Monster Michael Todd turns to his mate and goes, "Well, give me your money." That's how I see his press. Like comes out of nowhere. So this is the second match I would definitely love to see. Monster Michael Todd coming into a press and Devon trying to catch it out here. Both at the same weight, 115 kilos. So what's that, 240, 245 pounds? You know, a nice, fit and healthy. Both of them super, mega strong. Super, mega strong. So the first one, 86% saying Devon would beat Engen. So this one's going to be a 6-round super match. While I do this poll, hit the like button. Who wins? So this will be at King of the Table. So it'll be 6 rounds. Devon, Monster, Michael, Todd. So who wins this? Who wins this matchup at 115 kilos, or just at an even weight? At an even weight, who wins this one? So this match would be the King of the Table, I would imagine. So who wins that one? What have we got? Oh, Proving Astrology just seems Engen versus Crazy George is a match I want to see. That's not too bad. What else have we got? What else? Devon looks like Skeletor at 100 kilos. What else have we got? Yeah, but it's like Neil's pickup. Do you like other sports besides arm wrestling? I just worry because everyone's like, we've already seen that, but it's okay to see things again. Rematches are awesome. Rematches are awesome. A bit of history for everyone. Outside Bamberg Castle, if you want to know where that photo is. Bamberg Castle, you dead set legends. Jake, that's a great match at 115 kegs. What else is everyone saying? I'm just Jake add a third option to the poll. Not interested, and that's okay. That's why these are the top 7. I think it's going to be. So some you might be interested in. I reckon there is one. I reckon there is one match that I'll catch you a bit off guard. I'll catch you a bit off guard, and you might be like, ooh, that's a really, really good match. Because this bloke's name, he's later on in the show, has never been mentioned. So what's the voting? What's the voting saying? If they, once again, everyone's voting. I've got a feeling that everyone might be voting for Devon. I've got a feeling that might be the case. For those just joining, I'm doing the top 7 potential opponents for Devon's comeback match, and we've already done 2. I'd love to see Engen Terzi if they can get everything's around the same weight. Engen Terzi, and I've just said Monster Michael Todd. Also, guys, drop who you think in the chat, and I want to see if you've guessed any of mine because I've got 5 more to go. But drop who you think in the chat as well. Drop who you think would be a good potential matchup. All of mine are at the around the 115 kilos. That's where mine are. Mine are all at the 115 kilos. So as I have my coffee. So yeah, everyone jump in. This one could work considering his movie's coming out. Devon versus Super Mario. Can't wait for the Super Mario Brothers to come out. I'd love for him to pull Mario Tambakis. Angelo. So Angelo and Not My Monkeys. Just so you guys know, it's 115 cap. So you won't see Alex, Hermes, Rivas, Dave Chafee, Morozov. You won't see them in the chat. You won't see those names because they're too big. I mean, if they cut down and meet Devon at 115, then That would be beautiful. But yeah, everyone get it in there. We'll get to the third one. So this third match, once again, some of you might not be interested, but I'm super interested in, because at the moment, he recently said he loves sitting around 230, 240 kilos, and he feels comfortable, and he's well rested. Of course, he's got niggling injuries, but he's well rested. Ladies and gentlemen, Big John Brazink. My man, John Brazink. John Brazink would be a killer matchup. A rematch, as we saw, Devon was way too heavy. John was, I think, 3 matches into his comeback. I think a well-rested John. So if John pulls Dennis in February, leave that match for June or something. But I reckon a 115 hit out for these two. Once again, to the polls. Hit the like button, guys. 80 people here. Can we please hit the like button while I do the next poll? Who wins? It'll be a rematch at 6 rounds, because this will be a king of the table match. Devon or John Brazink. If we can please, while you're quickly in here, hit that like button. That would be great. Who do you think will win this one at 115 kilos? So I think that's where John is. I think that's where they both are about now. So we'll get Devon to get his bicep rehabilitated. I mean, he's pulling all the time. Seminars. If I bulk up to 150, I don't have to. That won't take me long with my heavy belly at the moment, Drew. With my heavy belly, it's not happening. Alrighty. I could get to 115 without pancakes. Easy. So, opponent number 3 for me, I would love this one. I would love a rematch between these two. See, and I know a lot of people aren't fond of rematches. I've got no problem at all if it makes sense. And to me, this makes sense. That's why, like the other day, I did a show. Uncle John and I were booking the next King of the Table, and we had heaps of rematches in there because they make sense. And that is right, Mark Music Man. Devon is on his way to visit John. I know John's going to be in the documentary. They're going to do a bit of a filming, because I wonder if they just end the documentary and they're like, rematch and things like that. I could be under something here. Stefan says, if John can get to Devon's weight, it'd be an amazing match. Well, John's at 230, 240 pounds. So if Devon can get down to that. So what's, and let me just get my pounds to kilo conversion. So if he's at 230, that's 104 kilos. 104 kilos is 230 pounds. So if they could meet at 110, so what's that? 242-ish, 242, 243. If they could meet there, that would be awesome. I think that would be a much, much better match for sure. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that one? That would be awesome for me. What is the poll's a little bit more even this time. It's 70% to Devon. It's 70% to Devon, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, so if Devon does cut down to your 242 and sit around 110 kilos, then absolutely will that be a genuine mega matchup. And let me just fix me camera, bring that down a bit. There we go. As I'm a bit unshaven on this early Monday morning here in Melbourne, Australia. Thank you all for joining. Just yes, he was on a camping trip. He was on a camping trip with his family. There you go. But that's the reason. Cracking match, says Peter Allison. Thank you. Still too big, says Jeremiah. 100 kilo Brazink would have a chance, says that one. So yeah, I quite like it. John versus Devon. What is the 86 people in the chat? Thank you very much. Hit the like button. 55 likes. All you got to do is just hop out of live chat, hit the like button, come back in the live chat. Be awesome, you dead set legends. What have we got here? 64 votes. 69% are saying Devon. 69%. So it is being awesome. That would be, yeah, I'm down with that. That would be unreal. I would love that. Of course I would love it. Anytime I see either of these two guys on the table is great, and then see them back together. That would be amazing. Now, next person on the list is competing at the WAF. Yeah, next person on the list is competing at the WAFs now. He's competing at the WAFs. Sandris. My man Sandris. Now, one, if he dominates at WAFs and becomes a world champion, that's even better. And if he goes out and beats Matt Mask, then this match would be mega. So let's see what people think of this one in the chat. So let's go East versus West. So I'll go best of 5. Devon. I know there was talk to them two pulling left arm at Arm Wars. There was talk to that left arm at Arm Wars. So who wins this one? So everything's always right arm, but there's my man Sandris, the Latvian superstar, going to go there. Jeremiah, when's your surgery, Jake? How's a hip? I'm actually arguing with one of my doctors at the moment, but that's another story. November 22nd is my hip surgery, and I'm going to go live for the hospital because I'll be there for 3 days. And I can't. It's hard. It's hard to go 3 days without doing any content. So I'll be there at the hospital. Is WAF is tested? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Is WAF tested? I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. So, most likely. But how do you afford it? I mean, there's like 1,100. Everyone's saying yes, but there's like 1,100 people there. That's a lot of money, and everyone's saying yes. It is. It is tested. That's what I love about the chat. You guys are awesome. I absolutely love it. What do you guys think of this match? Right arm. So that big, huge hit from the top roll of Sanders, he just comes in and just sits right there. Everyone's just saying, yes, it is tested. WAF is normally tested. Yeah, tested, says Alex McDonald. The Schmo says, yes, it is tested just like the UFC, where you only pop positive when you lose. Where'd Phil Woodies goes? Random spot testing. Okay. So if so random spot testing. Yeah, very, very weird. I guess the test is the checkbox. Are you on gear? Yes, no, maybe. Tick. Okay. I mean, it costs so much money as well. It costs so much money. But let's stop talking about that. Let's talk about the match with Sandris. Devon Larratt versus Sandris Shedez. What does the poll say? 80% say Devon. I would just love to see that top roll. I could see Devon with his fingers being able to hold down, but Sandris is something else as well. He's just, and we'll get a huge understanding. I mean, it's going to be top roll versus top roll when he takes on Matt Mask. We won't get too much data from it unless Sandris demolishes the Wild Horse, unless he demolishes it. Big young fella, shiny bald head. I absolutely love this matchup. I think this matchup makes sense. I mean, you could put Devon with anyone, and it makes sense. And Sandra Shedez is another one. I think it'd be nice and exciting. That's for sure. Nice and exciting for that one. Yeah, definitely nice and exciting, Sandris. So I really do appreciate it. So there's 4 of the 7. So who do we have? Engen, Terzi. All right. So you guys tell me in the chat. Engen, Michael, John, and Sandris. Which one of those 4 would you like to see the most? I think I know the answer, but which one out of those 4 would you like to see the most before we get into our final 3? And just letting you know, my final 3, before everyone starts getting bloody angry in the comment section, my final 3 are all European. I was very tempted to chuck in a celebrity there. But then it doesn't make sense. If you, as someone at Devon's level, if you haven't arm wrestled for ages, Devon's destroying you the most. What else have we got? I agree that match makes sense, but Devon is the favourite. Out of the 4, Stefan wants John. AJ wants Engen. Drew sums it up the best. Which ones I want to see the most? Yes. That means all of them. Absolutely all of them. As I look at the poll, as the likes are just climbing up there. Guys, if you haven't liked the video, that'd be amazing. Just hop out, hit the like button, pop back in. 47 votes, 79%. Oh, okay. That was back to Devon dominating. Okay, well, I reckon the next 3 matches, I think the pendulum will swing better than Thailand. So, can Devon get down to, like, I'm saying 115. Everyone's mentioning matches at 105. So, 105, what's that? 230 pounds. Yeah, 230, 232, 231, 232 pounds. Can Devon get that low? Can Devon low? Can Devon even get that low? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. What's the lightest do you think that he could get to? What's the lightest that you think Devon could get to? It would be interesting. It would be very, very, very interesting. Yeah, and he apparently had a really good seminar. I was talking to Benji Mack yesterday. Apparently, he had a really good seminar. So I'm really, really happy with that. He's just dominating. He's just dominating, which is good. All righty, now this next match. Yeah, this next match is probably the match that everyone wants to see the most out of any single match on the planet. And of course, that's Prude Nick. We would love to see it. There's talks about it. This is probably going to be the most likely match for Devon. Now, obviously, I mentioned Michael Todd before because if somehow, John Brazink thinks Monster Michael Todd is the favourite in this match against Yevgeny Prude Nick. You see Prude Nick, the last East versus West, 110 kilos. So Prude Nick could easily just not have a shit that day, and he's at 115 kilos. But this is the most likely matchup. So let's get a poll for this one. This would be at East versus West, hopefully in January. So who wins? Devon. Or, almost right, Prude Nick. So out of all the matches, this is probably the match everyone wants to see the most. This is the match that makes sense. And it'll make even more sense if Yevgeny can show that pure dominance like he did against Monster Michael Todd, against Todd Hutchings. If he can do that again with Monster Michael Todd, then, of course, it makes sense for Yevgeny and Devon to sit around there. AJ reckons it won't happen because Monster's going to beat Prude Nick. Wow. Peter McKenzie, my man. This match is what I want to see. Ronnie says yes. Epic. Which is good about this match. So, yeah, that's I'm seeing that creep in a lot more. So when the match between Prude Nick and Monster Michael Todd was first announced, it was non-stop, all about Prude Nick. Prude Nick will win easy. This match is silly. Prude Nick. And now the last week or so, I'm starting to see people creep in. Monster's going to win. So we saw that Devon and Prude Nick had a practice pool. But once again, you can't take anything from a practice pool, ladies and gentlemen. I have been sucked in hard. I've been sucked in big time watching practice pools and gone, oh, well, he's definitely going to win. Bloody hell. Like, that's ridiculous. So, Prude Nick versus Devon. What's the... Oh, slow. Get your votes in. It's slowly a bit more even. But out of all the matches, even the next two I've got to announce, this is probably the most likely one that would happen first. The next two probably won't happen. One I'd love to see, but this would probably be the most likely that would happen first. So how do I see that match going? Just smack bang, stuck in the middle of the table. I'd love to. So how I would see Devon versus Prude Nick is Prude Nick just shoulder rolling inside and wanting to go in the hook. And you just know Devon, like his buddy on the motorbike, he just loves to fat Joe it. Lean back. And just, he just sits back and does that back pressure and holds and tries to drive sideways. So that it'll be a great match. It would be a great match. Best of 5. What have we got? 41 votes, 59%. Get your votes in. You dead set legends, get your votes in big time. So it would be amazing. Are you talking to me, Toronto Muscle? You dead set legend. Who do I have winning, Prude Nick or Devon? For me, I just need an update on Devon's bicep. If Devon's bicep's healthy, Devon's winning. Now. Ask me after East versus West. But we'll have a look. But at this moment, I would be in the Devon voting. There you go. Everyone, I love everyone just getting their things in there. So it's a real interesting concept of how it's all going to go. Yeah, Devon versus Prude Nick is match number 5. So a quick recap. I had Engen as a fun little matchup if they get the same weight. I had the Monster Michael Todd rematch, especially if he beats Prude Nick. Then we had John Brazink. I'd love them at the same weight. Sandras Shedez would be a wicked match. I just want to see where Sandras, if he can take that next step, that next level, because he's an awesome dude and a great puller, killer top roller. Because we've seen his last couple of victories, against your Chance and your Loughlin's, but we want to just see him take the next. Good luck to him at Worlds. And then we just had Prude Nick. Okay, everyone's just getting it in there, being awesome. I absolutely love it. And of course, I've got to go before we get to our next one, guys. I just, if you can, head over to Patreon and YouTube for just as little as 50 cents a week. You dead set legend. You just become a member. Get yourself some behind-the-scenes action. It's been awesome. Everyone is just unreal. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you that have been helping out. And then I'm going to put it down the bottom. Sign up to Arm Gods. As we get into the next, we roll on to the next one. Just got to quickly check something. Nope, everything is fine. Absolutely loving what is going on. So if Sanders kills Matt Mask, which I can't expect, then that would really set up a match with Devon. Maybe at Arm Wars. It wouldn't be at Arm. It could be at Arm Wars, but Devon's a businessman, and you got to go where the money is. You've got to go where the money is. So, Core Sports would most likely put up the money for that matchup. So, I mean, I'd love to see it at Arm Wars. Actually, out of all four of them, out of all the matches that we mentioned, I don't care where it is, just so long as it happens. If the Monster Factory gets them all, if Arm Wars gets them all, if East versus West gets them all, or if King of the Table gets them all, I'm not bothered. I'm still seeing the matches I want to see. And, you know, if Arm Gods gets them, you know, there's five big promotions out there that, you know, and there's some more that are just popping up, guys. You just got to really, really enjoy what arm wrestling is bringing right now. You've really got to enjoy it. We are on. We are on big time. Arm wrestling is just on another level. I've in my time in and out of the sport, I don't think I've ever seen arm wrestling this popular. That's for sure. What about you guys? You guys that have been around pre-COVID area, have you guys seen the sport as popular as it is at the moment? 1,100 people at Worlds, 1 billion YouTube channels, Facebook pages, and things like that. Yeah. There was one little funny thing that happened on Facebook, and I don't want to call the guy out, but if you're on Facebook, that was quite hilarious. That was quite hilarious, but that's okay. I digress. And if you're just joining, we're doing the top 7 potential opponents for Devon's comeback. I want to thank each and every one of you that is helping out and just in the chat. Yeah, it has become a monster. So many eyes. Yeah, and for me as a content creator, it pushes me because there are so many channels popping up. So it's like I got to be ahead of the game. I got to make my show more entertaining. You know, why is I got to make you choose me over the other channels? Some of you don't have much time. You know, you got work, you got families, you got to do your own training. You're probably trying to do your own YouTube channel or whatever. Yeah, we probably are a long way from mainstream, but at least not my monkeys. We're in the right direction of mainstream, and that's where if you're on if you prefer to hate in the comment section, you know, on other channels or on other athletes, if we can just convert 40% of you to be positive, it's a huge jump. I've spoken to a few people outside, and they're just like, our business doesn't need all that hate. No, thank you. We won't bother. So yeah, we'll jump on from there. Okay, so the next matchup. Now this is the one. Lock yourselves in. So this is So, hello, Zeus. They're back already. Well, I should say back already. I have been talking for 45 minutes, so strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in. I reckon no one has mentioned this name in the comments. This person is a very strong 115 kilo puller. This dude is a monster. This dude is mega. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to try and guess the name. 30 seconds to try and guess the name as I end. As you all try and guess the name. We'll see if you can get it. Go on. Give it a go. Okay, what have we got here? We've got Bowen, Kadetcha, Dave Chafee, no, Lavar, no. So I haven't done any super heavyweights, guys. I haven't done any super heavyweights. It's 115 cap. So all those guys don't count. If he says Bowen, I'm leaving. Well, Toddzilla says Alpha Kangle. Come on, keep guessing. Stallone. That's a good one. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Stallone. There it is. Someone has picked it. Someone has got it right. And it's David Dadakan. Harvey Weinstein with the win there. Harvey Weinstein. Or Weinstein. Harvey. Big Daddy, Dave Dadakan. I would love to see this mess. I mean, spending time with Dadakan and realizing that he is human. Let's do a poll. That's right, Zadie. So who wins? This is a king of the table. So 6 rounds. I'll put 6 rounds. 7. Or the human wrecking machine. Dadakan. So this is it. This is the one. David Dadakan. So right now, so as you can see there, 114.1 kilos. That's quite funny. I think there's I don't want to point that out. But that's a massive, massive typo on the graphic there. Does that say 114 kilos and 251 kilos? But how good for this one would be. I would genuinely love this one. This one would be a mega match, and I actually don't know who I think would win. 93 people in the chat. Get over, and let me know, you Dead Set Legends, who you think wins this matchup. Who do you think? Devon versus David Dadakan. Spending time with Dadakan, he is a monster. He is a killer. He is a beast. And he's a no-nonsense during the match. The only time I have seen him break character was when he winked at me after round 3 against Morozov, because he just crushed Morozov 3 rounds, and I did this one to him in the corner because he was on my side after his first 3 rounds. And you could argue, if we could go back and watch round 4, you could argue that he might have just got the pin on Morozov round 4. So we could just be saying that David Dadakan is a genuine beast on the left arm. As we know he is. He's the East versus West World Champion on the left arm. But what do we think here? David Dadakan. I absolutely love it. Right arm super match. 40 votes in there. Hey, there's 90 of you. Let's make this the most voted one. Let's make this the most voted one. Let's make it the most voted. Get the votes in. 90 people in there. It would just be awesome. Yeah, right-handed. David Dadakan, 115 kilos. I reckon, for me, this is the match. I enjoy the Prude Nick one so if I'm going for hype, I'm picking Engen. If I'm going for storytelling, I'm probably picking John Brazink. If I'm going for the match that probably makes the most sense, it's Prude Nick. If I'm going for the match that I want the most as an arm wrestling purist, it's David Dadakan. I've still got one more. Don't forget, I've still got one more person to talk about. But Devon versus Dadakan would be mega. would absolutely be mega, and I would thoroughly enjoy it. Yeah. Oh, just even thinking about those matchups. But the next one, which I'll talk about a bit later, I won't because the clue will give it away. The clue will give it away. So, but that's where we're at the moment. Like David says, I'd like to see John versus David right arm. We've got Ongabayev is next. No, if not Hermes. Toronto, I'm just going to say you're wrong on both accounts. I still love you though. But that's where we're at the moment. Is there's so many awesome matchups, and Rustin Babayev's in the UK at the moment. And Engem was saying that, maybe Pauline versus Rustin Babayev. Arsene Liliev is going to be at East versus West, him making a comeback. Gary Goodridge is going to commentate with Ryan Bowen. How good would that be if Gary came back? Gordon says, what about Tara Savakin? Well, maybe, but I don't know where Taras is at the moment. But that's what I mean. There are so much potential matchups. Just enjoy arm wrestling at the moment. Just really, really enjoy arm wrestling. So it's just going to be something else, you Dead Set Legends. Really, really enjoying it. I mean, I love fantasy booking in any sport. So so I just got distracted by like, what about this person, this person, this person? And you can tell I love fantasy booking because I've just done this whole show on fantasy booking, 7 matches for Devon. So everyone's jumping in there. I've got one more. So just a quick recap. Here are the matches that I would love. We have Eng and Terzi, because them two just going back and forth would be amazing. Monster Michael Todd at the same weight would be an awesome match. Then we've got John Brazink, once again at the same weight. You've got the rematch, which would be good. The potential of Sandras to see where he's at. Then we've got the match we all want to see in Yevgeny Prude Nick. And then as a purist, the match that I want to see the most, David Dadakian. Okay. Now the next match, I just got to, sorry. So then Devon's final matchup that I would really, really love to see. I think we all pretty much know what it's going to be. It's actually a match that's never happened. We found a right-hand match. Yeah, we found a right-hand match that actually has never happened. Now, that's a very interesting one, you say. Who could Devon pull that has never happened? I mean, we've got a couple on the list that have never happened. But, of course, I'm talking about the one, the only, no, not me, Denis Saplenkov. They've never pulled right-handed. I would love to see him pull right-handed. Them two pulling right-handed would be mega. I mean, for me, the nostalgia, the what-ifs, the hype, the build-up, what I could do for my channel, I would love to be there. Having a chat with Dennis about these potential matchups was amazing. We had a lot. It's funny, we had a short podcast, but we had also a huge chat off camera. Let's do a poll. So 73% of you thought that. Let's go. Who wins? Now I'm having this at King of the Table. Why? Because more rounds are better. That's the only reason. Devon versus, all right, Saplenkov. So you make sure you vote for the right person. What do we think? Oh, g'day, Kara. We've gone. This is the 7th out of the top 7 potential. But thank you for coming in, mate. Who wins? Devon versus Denis Saplenkov. We've got No Limits versus the Cyborg. Man versus Machine. Here we go. What do we think? How would it happen? It's good. Everyone's loving this matchup. Now, how I picture this matchup happening is Denis pulls John Brazink in February. Now, if Denis wins, then in June at King of the Table 7, Denis pulls Devon. Now, King of the Table 7 in June, if Denis wins, then King of the Table 8 in September, Denis versus Levan. I think that'd be pretty cool. That would just be good, hype videos, good, interesting matchups to bring a lot more eyes to the sport. But at the moment, Denis versus Devon. So if we have in February John versus, I'm really interested here. So John versus Denis will probably break the records for most pay-per-view bought, right? And then if Devon pulls Denis afterwards, that would beat that. So if I was king of the table, I would be splashing money because I think you could make $1 million both pay-per-views. I think there would be 50 minimum, 50,000 pay-per-view buys. So let's go. Yeah. Times, what is it? 15. So if they get, okay. So you would get minimum 50,000 pay-per-view buys for Denis versus John Brazink. That's $750,000, right? Just from pay-per-view buys. I reckon they could get, 60 to 70,000, which would crack the million. Like 66,000 pay-per-view buys would crack the million. And then if Denis wins and he pulls Devon at King of the Table 7, you're doing the same numbers again. So, wow. What does everyone think? We got 41 votes. This one is the most even out of the most. Let's get in there. Yep, I'm with you. I just want to see Denis pull. It'd be really close, but endurance comes into play. He's going with Devon here. Alpha thinks it's Denis has got this. Still got Denis. Sorry, Devon. Devon's forearm. Says, thought I had when he announced his comeback. Dan John's just like, oh my God, Devon versus Denis. What a match. Sweetest Viking saying there, that's a giga match. There we go. Peter McKenzie likes this match. Cybergun likes this match. Everyone is being awesome. All hail the Pumpkin King. Devon's going to destroy. That's the one thing I love about arm wrestling is we all have we Erebus, welcome, mate. He just comes in with a bang. Erebus Khan, you stud. How are you, buddy? But that's what I love about arm wrestling. Everyone's got different goggles on. So everyone's like, oh my God, Denis is going to smash Devon easy. And other people are like, no, Devon wins easily. And then other people are like, oh, well, if it goes this way, endurance or explosivity or something like that. That's what I love about this sport. Well, that's what I love about any sport. We all have different eyes on it. So what you might think is a guaranteed match is different in other people's eyes. And we just have the excitement that these matches are going to happen. And that's what's so good about arm wrestling. These matches are going to happen. 48 votes. And it's slightly leaning towards Devon. 58%. All right, let's get, come on, get me 50 votes, guys. Get me 50 votes. Give me 50 votes. And if you haven't already, jump out of the live chat, hit the like button, and we are rocking and rolling. If you can do that for me, that would be amazing. So there you go. Dennis, Saplenkov, and Devon at King of the Table 7. I mean, I'd see that anyway, but it'll just make more sense if Dennis beats John, which is a very, very hard task in itself. So what did you think of those 7 matches? Right, everyone in the chat, tell me which one your favorite. Yeah, just give me a rundown. Which one would be your favorite match to see? Which one do you think would be the most even match? You know, so right, Devon versus Dennis even, or Devon versus John most exciting. Give me all your tips of what you think those 7 matches will be. It's the Schmo says, in all seriousness, this match would be epic. Would be epic. And it'd be right hand, and it's never happened right hand before. Well, it's never happened right hand. That is something of sexiness. Devon versus Dennis right hand. So 3 of those matches, 4 of those matches I don't think have happened right-handed. Prude Nick, Dadakan, Dennis right-handed, and Sandras. Hey, this is just what I do. Swedish Viking is like, for all the reasons. Dennis versus Devon is the only one that makes sense. And it's awesome. Yeah, they've all got to be around the same weight. So Dennis might have to drop a couple of kegs. Devon would have to put on a couple of kegs. So if I sit him around the 120 kilos, you know, your 260, around your 260 pound, if that's not too heavy for Devon or too light. But yeah, everyone's just coming in with some of their choices. Has Devon? Roy Baker. I don't think Devon versus Engen. Yeah, because of the weight difference has just been too much. Where are you going? Oh, of course you are. Oh, I miss you already. Oh, love you. As I sit here and hang out with all my guys in the chat. Just saying bye to Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler. So yeah, it's all happening. What else have we got? Devon's forearm wants a left arm legacy match, a rematch, or Dennis puts it up for general. Versus Dennis most hype versus Sandras for sheer violence. Happy Sunday. Dennis got this at 260 pounds. Beautiful. Everyone is going nuts. Just quickly, guys, there's a big sale on at Old School Labs. If you can head over there, I think it's up to 30% off. So you should get 30% off and chuck in that code. Head over to Pound for Pound Arm Wrestling. I'm not sure if they've still got it, but the link in the description. Aussie Arm Wrestler all these things. Aussie Arm Wrestler get to kick back. We've also got my YouTube and Patreon bangers for as little as 50 cents a week. You just help out. You know, I love just thanking every single person on this list. Everyone's being awesome and hanging out. And then, of course, if you look at the bottom of the screen, armcods.com. Just go in and chuck it in there. So what do you, all right, let's keep slightly talking more about Devon. Do you like that Devon's cutting down? I know a lot of people want to see Devon take on all the super heavyweights. I don't think they want to see it for the right reasons, but I know a lot of people want to see that. Do you want Devon to stay in the super heavyweight category? Do you like Devon sitting around this 115 kilos and setting up all these other mega matches? Now, this was only 7. There's probably another 30 out there that we can see. But let me know, guys. Do you like all of these? Everyone in there. What does 57% of you think Devon would beat Dennis? That's fine, and that's cool. That is definitely cool. So I'm down with that. Just quickly before we finish up talking about Devon, just so you know, Maximum Bang Monday tomorrow. It's going to be a real fun show. Make sure you tune in for Maximum Bang Monday. I go live early Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, my time. It'll either be a call-in show or a guest, which is good. Head over to my Facebook page. I'm just going to release a whole heap of commentary videos. Just release commentary video on Instagram as well. Yeah, it is just all about shows. I'm back to Adelaide for a Last Man Standing. I'm commentating Last Man Standing on October 30th, which is probably the 29th for all you guys. So that'll be a lot of fun. Mate, just working hard for this channel. Yeah, just trying to think. Because the next bit, I mean, there's Worlds this week, so I'm going to keep an eye on Worlds and try and find anything and update you guys on World and make heaps of videos on YouTube for World. So if you can, I made a couple of videos over the weekend. I just want to see if you guys noticed the difference. So the last two videos I made about John and Dennis and Tsar Parsalayev, it was 2:00 in the morning when I made those videos. So go see if I just look rubbish. If I go and look rubbish. But all righty, let's have everyone's just think more having a chat with each other in the chat, which is good. A lot of people. D Beaumont resident says, so has the infamous Sap the Beat ever come back after you added him Aussie? No. Nope. Some fake ones pop up on the channel. The real one pops up. But every time I mention who I believe it is, I never get a reply. So that's a highlight of this year. Dan John thinks 115 is ideal. It promotes his longevity. Him cutting down is temporary, I think. He'll probably never challenge Levan anytime soon, but I'm sure others in the top 10. Devon at 110, 115 is super exciting. Make sure you subscribe to the Arm Gods channel and the website. Thank you very much, Phil Woody UK. Everyone's just being awesome. Let this man take a break and dominate 115 kilos. Then we can talk supers. Dan John. Do I know the Brisbane 8? Yes, I do. I do know the Brisbane 8. Know them quite well. Know them quite well. So also, let me know what you think of those 7. Everyone's dropping in some other names. What do you think of the top 7 there as I wrap up this awesome show? I've been enjoying each and every one of you. Thank you very much for your time. That's the most expensive thing anyone can whip in the comments, and I really appreciate it. For those that watch and don't participate in the comments, that's cool. I really appreciate it. For those that watch and are always in the chat, I thank you very much. For those that after this go and watch a whole heap of my videos, thank you very much. All my YouTube and Patreon bangers, thank you very much. For everyone that just supports this channel, can't get enough. And I can't express enough how much you all mean to me. For those that super chat or donate through PayPal, I cannot thank you guys enough as well. What you do as we just in 2 days, we officially hit 8 months of me doing this full time. And for that, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate each and every one of you that have subscribed to the channel and watch. What else have we got? Everyone's just all having a chat. Some weird things there. As your manager, keep up the good work. All right. Phil, get me Can you just get a whole heap of people to donate some British pounds to the channel? Just tell them to do it through PayPal. Just random people. Just go, if you can get £5 off a whole heap of people, Phil, and just say, hey, mate, do you love arm wrestling? Or even £2. Hey, send £2 of PayPal to this guy. I really, really appreciate it. But I really, really appreciate each and every one of you in 24 hours. Maximum Bang Monday, going to be a ripper show. I've got a ripper idea for this one, an absolute ripper idea for tomorrow's show. And I need all your help because tomorrow's show is definitely about the people. Let's just say I need you all to nominate something. I need you to nominate something. Also, hit me up on Instagram or anything if you've got ideas for the caption game or ideas for any other game. I'm going to try and do some research today because I'm all about improving this channel. The Beaumont says, have a good one. Jake, you rock, Jake. Thanks for everything you do, bud. Thanks for you as well. Devon's forearm, you superstar. Absolutely love you, buddy. Arm wrestling rankings. Guys, how many times has Dennis and Dave Chasey faced each other? I know of 3 times. I don't know about you guys. I know of 3 times, which is good. It's very addictive. I've still got 70 people in the chat, and I just never want to leave, but I'm going to I started writing down, so I'm going to put some timestamps for those that have watched it later. Peter McKenzie, this is my first super chat of the day. Thank you very much, Peter. You're dead set legend. You're a YouTube banger, and thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. Says Jake, as you did such a banger job at King of the Table, would you consider being MC at DF and Mine's wedding or celebrate maybe instead of Kiss the Bride? We could get a ready bang. Would be special. Yes. Yes. Of course I would. Of course, any arm wrestling wedding I've been there. I was the MC at Ryan Bowen's wedding. So any arm wrestling wedding, Peter McKenzie is the pram. Absolutely. Of course I would be. Phil Woody with a quick question. Phil Woody. Thanks, Peter. You superstar. Shout out to Abby as well. She's a little rock star. And, of course, your son. Shout out to him as well. How's the 10K celebration ideas coming along? I don't like to get ahead of myself, Phil. I am just very appreciative of my 8,850 of you. So I don't get ahead of myself. So I will not think of ideas until I get to like 9,997. And even then, I'll put my skepticals on and just get a little bit worried. Because I've never expected anything. So when I do a show, I don't expect anyone to come and watch. I don't expect anyone to super chat. When I do a video, of course you hope for millions of viewers, but I don't expect anyone to watch my videos. So I don't expect to get to 10,000. If I get to 10,000, that's amazing. But at the moment, as Phil just chucks in, he's starting the 2-pounders. Thank you very much, Phil. When it comes to any of this, I don't expect anything from anyone. So when it does happen, I am truly grateful and truly appreciative. I'm still waiting. Well, what happened? The problem was, Dan John, I went from 5 to 6 to 7 because of the whole what's it called? Sub to Jake before he turns to OnlyFans. Dan John, because the whole Devon versus Levant, and my channel just skyrocketed. So that was real interesting. If you've got any quick questions, because I'll put timestamps for everyone that watches it later, so it's okay if we go a little bit over. If you've got any questions, suggestions, and things like that, let me know in the comments. Really appreciate everyone. If I get to 10 grand, 10K subscribers, I'd love to do it by the end of the year because I've got some really massive ideas for the end of the year. Because that's all I do, guys. I wake up and I think about arm wrestling, think about improving the channel, because I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back to work ever. This is the best job in the world. Organizing, going to Adelaide, if the US open up their borders, I'll be there in December. Ireland in January. Hopefully Turkey in January. Hopefully in Dubai in February. It is all awesome. Aussie Armour. So I made a reference to weight a few shows ago. At this point in his career, why not settle on one weight class or do catch weights instead of jumping around in weight classes? Are you talking about Devon, JR? Because he's only pulled super heavyweights for the last few years. Yeah. If that's what you're talking about. Phil Woody, you have a random arm wrestling question? Well, drop it. Drop it on there. Darren has a suggestion. Kyle Friends, open up board. Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, Kyle, because this is the first time I've seen your name, my wife and I had some, my wife had some health issues during the COVID era. So we were advised not to take something during the COVID era. So we haven't. So therefore, you're not allowed into the US if you haven't had a particular medicine. It's probably the best way to pull it. So I'm unmedicined and so I'm not allowed into the US just yet. I'm allowed into a lot of other countries, just not into the US at the moment, Kyle, if I make sense. But I don't want to go down to that rabbit hole, but that sucks. All right, Phil, where's your question? JR, going back to your one, Devon's just pulled super heavyweights his last few matches. He went, and even in the WAL, they wanted to build a super heavyweight division. So he's just pulled there. So he's not really jumping up and down any weight divisions. So he'll just, and so now he's got to stay at 115. So 5 or 6 kilos isn't too much. How much did you pay Uncle John to let all your elbow fouls go in our match? All of them. All the money, Phil. All the money. I think I had to do elbow fouls because you put yourself in such a dangerous position and I didn't want to hurt you. But I love you, Phil. I absolutely love you. Got all the time in the world for you, Phil. That is for sure. But I paid him all the money. All the money. I had to do it. And a bang from Jake. I call him Jake Ward Arm Wrestling. JWAW. I wonder what your name is. JWAW. Alrighty, you Dead Set Legends. Oh, look, that would be amazing. 10K November. I would love it, Kara. If that is correct. Whoa, he's back. Where have you been? Hello, amigos and muchachos. Seems like I missed a shit ton of arm wrestling. But Juju just got married. Congratulations, Juju. Congratulations, Juju Mugu. Yes, you have. You're not on top of the maximum bang leaderboard. You just got pipped. Everyone, give Juju a congratulations. I'll just quickly do this one. Kyle, thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. If you also want to let Core Sports know, so I can be back in February. But thank you very much, Kyle. Really, really appreciate it, buddy. Really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Kyle. It was the time of my life. I was in my element. I felt like I belonged there. I felt like that's where I need to be at all the major events. Hopefully that can happen. I want to go back. I'm addicted. I'm hooked. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Got some good indications that I'll be involved in future events. Hopefully the next one, but definitely got the impression. But yeah, thank you very much, Kyle. Now let's get back to bloody quickly Juju before we wrap up the show. Just in time, Juju. Just in time. Congratulations. Where did you get married? Give me some quick details to wrap up the show. Give me some quick details, Juju. Everyone's saying. Well, everyone's just saying, woohoo, Juju. So I'm not forcing the Aussie Man reviews at NAT, but what had happened was that's how I started all of this. So I started on Instagram just commentating arm wrestling matches with a bit of comedic spin. Now, there's so many channels out there that do it, but because I'm Australian and Aussie Man Reviews is Australian and he's so popular, yes, it does. It can come across that way. But I started doing. That's how I came onto the scene and why everyone started supporting me and things like that. Just a bit of content for you. But thank you very much for supporting the channel, you dead set legend. Really? Okay, got married in California. Awesome. That's so good. Oh, you're from Byron. There you go. Another Aussie in the chat. Byron Bay. Beautiful spot in the world. If you ever come to Australia, everyone, head over to Byron Bay. Just your American friends get confused. Well, they can watch both. They can watch mine. Aussie Man's got billions of viewers. So tell them to start watching mine. But no, that's all right, mate. Yeah. When I first did it, people were like, oh my God, Aussie Man Reviews is into arm wrestling. He loves arm wrestling, but it's not. It's just me and I'm an Australian. But congratulations, Juju Muga. I'm going to wrap up the show. Juju, we will see you at Maximum Bang Monday. We will see everyone at Maximum Bang Monday. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Peter McKenzie, for dropping a super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much for everyone for your time. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I will see you all in under 24 hours, you bloody dead set legends.